Guys, let's talk about the development of the self. If you have had career success in your life, but you still feel like a little child inside, there's a reason for that. Doing well in a career and really focusing in on it requires a great deal of concentration, but it also requires a great deal of avoiding other things. When you're totally locked into your career and totally focused in on your career, what you're not focused in on is anything around you. What's happening in the world, what's happening with other people, and life in general. You simply have your life, you got your work life, it's your primary focus. If you have a partner, you've got that focus as well, but the driving focus is your career. So the people you interact with are almost all going to be within your industry. You're going to use your industry's language. You're going to go to events that are industry related, and you're not going to have many looks at other types of lives, other types of lifestyles, and other types of people who are out of your industry environment. And so when you do that, you become essentially isolated from the rest of the world, really, because you're so locked in and you're so focused. And with that locked in and focusedness, you don't develop in other realms of your life. You're simply developing and probably succeeding, perhaps wildly, in that one sector of life called career. Now, let's get to the feeling like a little child inside aspect of it. Why would you feel like a little child inside if, say, you're making $200, $500, $1 million a year? How could you ever feel like a little child? If you own one home, multiple homes, you're married, maybe you have children. Well, here's how. Because if you don't allow yourself to get stretched in other parts of life, if you only have one focus, then you haven't really experienced everything that is life. And so you have really limited knowledge about yourself and the world. You have limited knowledge about yourself because the only achievements and setbacks you've ever experienced are within the context of work. So you've been bubbled into that like realm, and you've had emotions only related to that world. So you've never had to experience the challenges of different contexts. Essentially, you hide in the realm of work. It's all you know. It's the only way you know how to relate to other people. And so there's no more level to you. You have one level. It's work. You know how to talk about work. It gives you a sense of pride, a sense of confidence, a sense of personhood, and a sense of identity. So you're rolling out to the world as, I'm a business executive, or I'm an accountant, or I'm a very good lawyer. And so that's the child, though, is that deep attachment to that identity. Because you don't think, or you don't know how to be anything else. You're just that business person in the world. But when that business person or that lawyer or whatever it is you do steps out, say, into the public, into a party with a mixed group of people, or into another country, it gets confused because no one gives a shit that it or you are that. They don't care if you are a lawyer or you're a business. They don't care. what they're more interested in is just, you know, are you funny? Are you interesting? Are you curious? Can you run conversations that are exciting, inspiring, and not related to your work? So the great challenge for any person whose identity is completely wrapped up in their work and their career is to stop doing that. Is to stop identifying yourself solely as your career and to just realize you're a person in the world who happens to have a great career. So when you hit that point, you can still have incredible focus on your work, yet not let it bleed into other aspects of your life, meaning not having to talk about it whenever you're in a non-work atmosphere, and instead become a little more curious about other people, what they do with their lives, what they like, a little more curious about what you like. What about the arts, you know? What about comedians? Who makes you laugh? What about music? What music do you really enjoy? What about like sports? What teams do you like, or what athletics do you like to play? The goal is really to become a fully 360-degree person, a fully formed adult that doesn't feel like a child in social settings, and instead feels just confident. And by confident, I mean just like relaxed and not needing to impress people with their work achievements. Because what's strange is that in the work world, the achievements mean a lot to the work-obsessed person, and they are important to other people in the industry. People look up to others who are doing well in their career, specifically people who are in the same industry. But when you step outside that, people who are not in your industry, they don't give a shit. They don't even know what your achievements are. They don't have any context for what a big achievement or a little achievement is in your industry. They have no idea. And they don't really care either. You could explain it to them, but even then you're explaining yourself. It's just, no one gives a shit. Except for you, because you need to be validated on your work achievements. But what happens is, if that's all you got, you're a dramatically boring person. What a bore. He's talking about his achievements again. Here he goes again. He can't stop. He can't talk about other things, or he always has to rush back to talking about the damn job or the damn achievement. People don't care. Chicks don't care. At first they'll be blown away, and then they'll realize you have no other talking points. It's all you got, and it's just not enough. There's a lot more to life than just your work, and you don't need to use work as your identity. Use yourself. It's much more interesting. Guarantee it.